Hey everybody, KC0VI Tom, along with Mr. Duke. Mr. Duke, we had to run to the post office and the bank this morning, and somebody got a dog bone and hasn't finished eating yet. You gonna eat that? You took it out of my hands. Yeah, video's a little late getting out today due to the fact that I got busy this week. Had a lot of neat stuff going on, and about the time TLJ passed away, Ernie Marsh also passed away, and I can't find his call sign. He was also a ham here in town. He's a technician, I know for sure. He might have been a general, but it's been so long that his call sign is no longer on reserve status. It's actually out there for anybody who wants to get it. And I asked his wife, Teresa, and she couldn't remember off the top of her head. He had a whole bunch of antennas set up on his property, and as soon as he passed away and they got everything settled, Teresa went off and stayed with some of her kids, and she was having been in town here, and I talked to her and asked her about those antennas and any equipment she had. Well, a friend of theirs took all the equipment, and during the process of straightening up the house for a big estate sale coming up here along with selling the property, and I said I'd be interested in those antennas, and she invited me over, looked at them. It looked like he had two mag loops. They turned out to just be regular loop antennas, along with a dipole antenna, a real nice disc cone, brand new disc cone, and a couple of homemade J-poles, UHF 70 centimeter J-poles. And also she threw in a box, pieces and parts. She couldn't see in there. So I got everything home here. She was happy to get all the stuff down. And looking through all the stuff, Ernie was not much into ham radio. He was more into, do you mind? These pillows are here for a reason. You know that. Ernie wasn't much into talking on ham radio. He was more into listening to shortwave stations and listening to old-time radio. What do you want, Walt? Never fails. Turn the camera on. Everybody's got to misbehave. In this box, there was two Raspberry Pi, a 3 and a 4. I thought, oh, cool. I've never played with 3 or Raspberry Pis before, so I thought this would be interesting. Got the disc cone antenna up, ran a cable, through the chaseway into the house, got that hooked up. And on the Pi 3, I installed SDR++, the network version. What this does, that is downstairs in the computer rack, and it's tied into the network. And any computer on the land in here, by running the SDR++ client, I can actually run that SDR radio, which I think is kind of neat. One thing I found out is you can have it set up to record, and when I go to bed, I have it record the local dispatch channel, and it will not record the dead air. It just records that. It's got like a Vox on it. It'll record when there's any traffic. And so in the morning, when I get up and have my coffee, there's like a 10 to 15 minute file. I'll play that when I'm listening, and listen to that while I'm having my coffee and reading email, just to see what happened overnight. It's kind of interesting. Now the 4, I was trying to figure out what to do with that, and I came across this. This is, get up here a little bit better. This is ham radio dashboard. It's kind of a neat little deal. This is running on a Pi 4, and this is when you download it. This comes out of GitHub. You gotta make sure you select the one for, to run on the Raspberry Pi or your flavor of OS. This was authored by VA3HDL, and it's got 12 panels that kind of loop through. Then over here on the sides, he's got some tabs. You can set those up. And over here, there's some other tabs. And I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. And what it all runs off from is a little configuration file. Now, once you get this extracted, before you even start to touch anything, open this up and do a save as and save it as backup. Because if you mess up any of the syntax, you're going to be hurting. These little brackets mean something. These quotation marks mean something. And if you don't get them quite in right, it will really mess you up. So you always want to make sure you have a safety. And we'll switch over to what after I customize it. Up here we got national radar, the Minneapolis, the Des Moines, and La Crosse radar. So just looking here, I can see what's going on. Then down here, the next line, we got North American satellite, more of a regional satellite, lightning and local lightning. Then down here, this is actually the weather cam off the weather station. It'll loop through there, goes back. This is like 12, 24 hours behind. I'm still trying to figure it out. It looks more like 24, but it's all yesterday. Then we got the ISS this is kind of neat. All the times I have to run up, get the kids out of the airport. So I have this. This is the ADS-B. This is the airport coming in and out of Minneapolis. When they come up through this way, like this guy, oh, almost had him. This Delta Airlines 2775. A lot of times when they come up this way to land and take off, just reloading. Anybody with a mesh tastic will see the St. Ansgar repeater mesh tastic, and a lot of times I'll get like a real brief message saying, "Hey, we're on Delta Airline coming back from Orlando at 30,000 feet. Boy, it was fun." And you may have a chance to respond back, and no. Then we got terrestrial propagation. For a nice little free software that runs on a Raspberry Pi 4. I did try to do it on 3, but this is kind of neat. What I normally run this as, Sony Bravia, excuse me. Go down to Twin Pictures, set it up like this. Every once in a while, a flash screen like that, and you just kind of cancel out and go back in. You know, it's okay. I suppose this thing is getting quite old. What we got here is, this is the old security cameras we used to have set up in the greenhouses, you know, just not mainly for security, just to see who's here, because a lot of times you'd be in the house here doing bookkeeping, or you could be working on something, and if you hear somebody or you look up here, you can see when somebody pulls in or not. So I just, you know, really needed to throw those out, so I just moved some of the cams around. We'll get back here to the first one. Yeah, we got what's left of the number 1 greenhouse to porch, the back parking area, the other parking. This used to shoot down the front hallway. Then the other cameras were from the other buildings. I just re-aimed them. We got one in the back ramp, one shooting the north side, then 2 shots in the basement, one in the sump pump. It's kind of handy when I can hit this from the phone and check the sump pump in case it rains. And again, there's some music playing. I won't play too much because I don't want to take a hit from YouTube. But again, ham dashboard. And as you go through and set this up, it's very customizable. You can do a lot of stuff. You got, like I said, you got to play around with it a little bit. And again, always make a safety backup. But after you get a configuration file, you got, say, this frame here the way you want it. Make a safety of that, then start working away. So if you screw up, you can always go back to that last safety. I got like 2 or 3 files made up. In case I really mess up, I can have something to fall back on. Or the first time this happened, what I had to do is re-download it from GitHub and relaunch it, then make a safety of that configuration file, then redo all my changes. So on that, as you can see, it's starting to snow again. We're supposed to get a couple inches today, light, fluffy stuff. Then Saturday night, could be up to 8 inches, I just heard. Still debating on this clipper coming in, whether or not we're going to get snow or not. And the next item we got, Duke. Hopefully we get the snowblower back. We kind of broke that. Quattro. Innova Quattros, the hand clock. There's a 4K version out. Unfortunately, the inventor of the Quattro has terminal cancer. He's closed up his shop. Sorry to hear that. Sometime here in December, in a couple weeks, I ordered a 4 along with a recovery card. What is happening on some of these Quattros, especially on the first generation, there is a text file, a diagnostic text file. It will actually get so big, then it will not allow the system to boot. And that happened to my hand clock. And so I ordered a recovery disk for that, just SD card. And while I was at the website, he still had the 4K Quattro, so I ordered another one of those. And I have plans for those. I got an idea. Smoke, what do you want? Smokey. Like I said, turn the camera on. I got friends all over the world. 7-3, everybody. Take care.
Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come up. Add comments below. 7-3, everybody.
I'm so well protected.